Welcome to the beautiful Top of the Pines Disc Golf Course here near Ridgway, Colorado. As you can see, it is a beautiful morning. We're just having our morning coffee right now. And we're about to go play this disc golf course for the first time. Let's get to it. It's a par 3, 213 feet. Straight up, you got a couple guardian trees. Should be a good first hole for us to throw on. Haven't thrown in a couple days. Might take one off the top, maybe, we'll see. All right, for this one, it's mostly straight, a little bit of left hook at the end. I'm thinking, well, actually, first of all, I need to get my round going in U-disc so I can track this. But I'm thinking probably just a zone up there, throw it out to the right, let it fade back to the left. All right, Top of the Pines. Okay, I've got our round going now so I can actually track my score and see where the next hole is. So we're in a thrower zone. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, I haven't thrown in a few days. These are interesting tees, just kind of boarded, but hard dirt and gravel in here, not poured concrete. Do a little warm up. Ooh, yeah, stretch the body out. My back just popped on that one. Let's all right, not a bad line. Let's see if it'll get through. Oh, got blocked by the pines on that pine tree. It's all right, we might have a look. It is kind of early. I'm still waking up here. I failed to realize there was a pin right there. I don't know if that's one of the hole pins. It might be, but I probably should have done some warm-up putting. Putting game has been a little weak lately. Whatever, we'll get it figured out. All right, let's see if we can get this. We do have probably just outside circle, I'd say. Yeah, let's take a look here. We'll give it a bid. Ooh, actually not too bad. For the first putt in a couple days, you know, I'll take that. Yeah, the one thing about this, it's hard to find some good level ground. But this is mostly a tap in from here. Hopefully. There we go, par. Oh, these are some interesting chains. So there's 2 layers of chains, but the outer one actually goes down a little bit further. It has a ring here at the bottom. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I've only ever seen the ring on like the inside. Huh, we'll see how grabby they are or aren't. 2 looks like, it says par 4 or 3. Elevation change 8 feet. It looks like it's up and to the left. I'm gonna go scope it out and see if I can actually see it. I like to get a visual before I just throw. We're not doing a YOLO round, so. But wow, this is awesome up here. Perfect temperature right now. You see I got the hoodie on, but I'm sure this will be coming off here pretty soon. Okay, so looking back at this hole, we got a lot to get through here. And there is our basket. So this is actually a pretty sharp left to take. From back where our tee pad's at, right over here. I almost wonder if we don't throw kind of a high, overstable, you know, let it fade in and get through this gap. Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, so yeah, I think I might try and go. Oh, let me get this stable. Yeah, I think I might. Distance isn't too far, but it's really sharp left that you got to make. I see a Mando marker on this left tree here. I might just try and put the Raptor up pretty high on a hyzer. Hopefully it'll crash back that way. The distance is really the hard thing for me to judge on this one. Oh, get around it. Okay, barely nicked it. I think we're turning at about the right spot. Almost fell off the tee pad. I don't know if you saw that. This the gravel they have on these and my old shoes about went for a ride. All right, let's see where this lie went. Actually not too bad of a drive. You can see the basket is up here. We landed just right here. I'd say probably edge of C2. Definitely not my strong point when it comes to putting, but hey, we're gonna give it a run. We'll make some magic happen here. Eventually. Maybe not this one. Eventually. Ooh! Yep, it's coming. We got just a tap in here. Probably not even worth the battery to record this, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a Raptor putt. One of the lesser known uses of the Raptor. Whoops, I'm losing our water bottle because I kept the backpack on. Hey, it's another par. It's either par 5 or 4. This is a longer one. 445 foot. It looks like it's up and to the right. So we might need to pull out the forehand here. I'm gonna go walk up here. Let's see if we can get eyes on the basket. As I said before, don't like to throw completely blind, especially being my first time on playing this course. We're holding par through 2 holes. Let's see if we can keep that or even get under par. Wow, look at these the trees here you got to get through, and the sun just coming over. This is a beautiful disc golf course. A very nice area up here. If you're ever near Ridgway, definitely recommend coming to check this out. All right, so should be over here to the right. You can just barely see it, just right up here, just to the right of this tree above these bushes. So this is definitely a long hole. I think for the first shot, we just got to get through this tunnel, hopefully land somewhere in this area right here. I think for a second shot, I think that's going to be the more important one, get close to the basket. But let's try it out. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the forehand on this. I'm a big fan of the Raptor disc. Aaron Gossage, support him. Great player. Seems like a cool guy. Like this disc. Yeah, hopefully we can just get it through this first gap. That's my main concern with this drive. We haven't thrown a forehand today. And there's also this little signage here to the right and these weeds I'm a little worried about. So we're going to put it out a little bit wider than that, and let's see if we can get it up there. Okay, I got a little flex on it, but we made the main gap. That's about where I wanted to be. So let's go take our approach shot. Good of a spot as I could be, I think. Right here, basket straight ahead. It is a ways up there, but we're going to give it a run. Honestly, I kind of like the gap to the left a little bit more, just because you got these trees to the right. They're pretty close. I either got to go high, backhand and over that, or forehand out here to the left. So I might try that line, the forehand over to the left. I think we're going to throw the zone. Let's see if we can get it up there. It's pretty far, uphill too. We're going to give it a run. Okay, come back. I think that's pretty close. I think that's inside circle, maybe. It's always hard for me to judge distance, especially with these courses where you're playing with quite a bit of elevation change. But let's see. I nailed it. We were inside circle. This is a big putt right here. You can see where my zone's at. There's basket. Let's see if we can just go ahead and tap this in real quick. I say tap in, trying to build some confidence here. We're not too far out. There it is. Just practicing, waving to the fans I don't yet have. All right, on to hole 4. First birdie, and pressure's off. That was a par 4 there on hole 3. So we're walking up here to a hole 4, kind of getting over the top of this ridge in the sun. Oh man, this is just so beautiful up here. So let's take a look. We've got kind of a short one, par 3, 141 foot, dead straight shot. Though I can't see the basket actually from the tee pad. Let's go take a look here, see if we can get eyes on it. Oh yeah, hiking up this hill. I'm gonna have to lose this hoodie here soon. Oh wow, okay, so it's literally the same distance as this big, is it a pine tree? I don't know, my trees. Straight to the right of that. So yeah, it is just a little shorty. I think we already know the disc for the job here is going to be, again, the Zone Raptor, my go-tos. I think if I can just put it just on quite a bit of hyzer, kind of floated up there. The distance, again, is not far at all, only 141 foot, and it's downhill, so it plays a little bit shorter. But let's see if we can get this thing to go up there. Might want to move this just over here a bit. I know you can't see the basket. I can't see it either. It's just to the right of that tree. And I shanked it. First shank of the day. It's all right. We're having fun here. Funny how that happens on arguably the easiest hole that I've played so far. But hey, we're in the scrub oak here, I believe. This is going to be a fun little toss out. Let's see what we can do. Oh boy, this is kind of a maze getting in here. I see a line to it. Let's see if we can get in here. Oh. Technically, my disc hasn't landed, so this is still my first throw, right? Problem is, I don't have much of a throwing option here. We're gonna go backhand. I can barely see the basket, kind of high and out. Come on, fade back. Ooh, I threw that a little too wide. We might be looking at our first bogey. Not a bad thing. Get it out of the way. And we landed kind of over here. Or maybe about pin high, but way to the right. So we got a big putt coming up. Okay, not quite as bad as I thought. Definitely a decent putt here. I'd say just outside a circle. Do have a low ceiling once I get there close to the basket. Let's see if we can save the par here. Heyo! There it is. We're staying at 1 under, baby. Let's keep it going. Here we're now walking down the ridge. We're coming up to hole 5, and as you might be able to see, we kind of got a downhill putt now. Oh, I think that's the basket right down there, I'm guessing, but just between these trees. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it. Hole 5, par 5 or 4. How many feet is this? 276. Okay, but it's downhill, minus 67 feet in elevation. All right. Well, let's see if we can get it down there. I don't think this. Well, we have a low ceiling to deal with. I think that's the main thing here. But again, pretty standard shot shape. I'm thinking probably zone. I think I can get this distance pretty easy with the down slope. So let's give it a run. This slope makes this a little interesting trying to get the tripod set up. I was hoping you can be able to see the basket down there. Yeah, distance on this one, I don't know why this is a par 4 or 5. Seems it's the downslope at most. This is a 3, but let's see. I might have just jinxed myself. Let's just throw this out, kind of downward, actually. I like it. Does it have the distance? Too far. Too deep. Okay, so that's what I was worried about with the downslope, going a little bit too far, but I think we're just past it. I say just past it. If I see it, it might be circle 2. Let's get down there and look. Down here just a little ways. Problem is, made the beginner mistake. This is not the hole 5 basket that I threw it. That is the hole 10 basket. The hole 5 basket is actually over here to the right. Not that much further. So again, I still don't see how that's a par 4, even potentially 5. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and play this, even though I threw it at the wrong basket. We're not in a terrible spot, but this approach is going to be very important for us. Just a nice little touchy, I don't know, we're maybe 80 feet away. You got to get between these two trees. That's my biggest concern right now. I like to hit trees, not on purpose, just kind of a skill that I have. Let's see if we throw the Luna here on a little flex and get it to just drop right beside the basket. Okay, good enough. Just enough flex, made it through the gap. And I think we're inside circle one for sure. Oh yeah, we're a tap in. Hey, even threw it at the wrong basket, we're saving par. Moving on. There's where we landed. Not too bad. Again, threw it at the wrong basket off of the tee box. Moving on. Looks like our next hole tee is right over here. The layout of this course has been really good so far. A lot of good walking trails connecting the holes, and kind of some idea of which way you're supposed to go towards the next one. So I think it's right over here. Also, I got U-disc, but kind of just playing this without. That's how good the layout has been here so far. Minus me making the mistake of throwing it in the wrong basket. That was on me though. But okay, let's see if I'm right. Yep, hole 6. Looks like it's 201 foot. Plus 3 feet elevation change. Par 4, 3. Oh, hopefully we can see this. It's just straight up there. This is a cool shot. So yeah, I see the elevation change. This is going to be an interesting one. Let me think about this for a moment here. Well, I think the play here, I'm going to throw just my compass, kind of straight flying mid. Definitely one of my weaker shots, trying to throw this thing perfectly straight. I tend to throw them very nose up, which in this case we do have a little bit of elevation change going up, but only 3 feet. My main goal for this first throw is just to make it between these two, I don't know, quakies, these white trees. If I can make it beyond those, I'll be happy with it. Yeah, there's that nose up. Made it through it though. Maybe get a kick, sit down. Okay, we can work with that. All right, so here's where I landed. I'd say I'm inside circle, maybe close to circle's edge. Is a little bit of an uphill putt, but the scary part is this hillside that we're on. You get a weird kick, you might get a roll away. So let's not do that. Yeah, let's take the birdie. It's much preferred. Yeah, we're also back in the shade over here, which is kind of nice. Hiking up over on the other side in the sun. Like I said, it's starting to warm up here, but I can't overstate just how beautiful this course is. I'm loving it. All right, let's move on to 7. Hole 7, 205 foot, plus 25 feet elevation change. You can probably hear me breathing heavy walking up this hill. Yeah, I think the main thing is off this tee shot, if I can just get past these first couple low-hanging branches, we'll be okay. All right, what to throw here? You know, kind of tempted by a little forehand with the Raptor. This thing's super beat in, so if I can get it to fly straight or on a tiny bit of flex, preferably not really any though. I think it'll be just what we want. Okay, had a tiny bit of flex, but oh, we hit the pin. I don't know if you could hear that. We hit the pin. What a throw. Well, thank you. And with hitting that, we got a little bit of a kick forward. Not too bad. We're still inside the circle. Slight downhill putt. Maybe we can get another birdie here. There it is. Barely. Almost didn't put enough on it. Downhill putts can be a little tricky in that regard. But moving on to 8. Plus 12 feet of elevation change. Looks like it's a par 3. We do have a Mando right here just to the left of this tree. And the pin, if you actually look to the left of that, is just right there. So not too far of a shot. For me, I'm not good at the backhand turnover, so this is definitely going to be a forehand shot for me. I just don't know. Zone or Raptor, as I was saying before, those are my two go-tos. Let me catch my breath and we'll go. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to go zone. Like I said, this is not too far, 177 foot. Plays a little bit further. It's just this branch that's over to the left. We got the Mando we got to go to the left of. If I throw it forehand and up, I just want to make sure I don't hit that branch. That's going to be the only thing I think that, that hits or hurts me here. If we can get it by that, we'll be okay. Oh yeah, hug the Mando. Didn't push it out quite as far left as I had hoped, but we should have a decent look at the basket. Let's go check it out. Yeah, we ended up inside the circle, so it's not too bad. We'll take another bird. Let's keep it moving. Keep the momentum going. We kind of turned her back around. We're going back down this hillside that we've been playing up for the last couple holes. It's a par 3, 198 foot. Kind of a straight shot. You do have a little window here to make it between these two trees. If you make it past that, I think you'll be okay. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to throw a forehand. I see a couple different potential lines here. I mean, you can go out far to the right, fade back, or forehand far out to the left, fade back. I think I might try and throw just forehand kind of straight down the middle. Hopefully get it to drop soon enough and not go super deep. That's my biggest concern, is just going way past the basket here. We do have a very low ceiling, actually, so got to put some juice on it. We'll see what happens. Ooh, second shank of the day, but we can manage some of that. We did get a little lucky. We kicked past all of the scrub oak here. Only problem is this tree blocks my view of the basket entirely. And then I've got this tree out to the right here that might kind of block a backhand approach. So I either got to go backhand approach between that or forehand to the left. I think I'm going to do the backhand and just hopefully get up close to the basket. And there's those trees I told you I'm so good at hitting. All right, we're going to have a big putt here to try and save our par. This might be the first blemish on the scorecard for the day, but hey, we're out here. It's our first time playing this course. You know, you got to figure these holes out. So let's see what we can do here. There it is, outside circle, in C2. We got a downhill. Big putt coming up. Let's see if we can get it to go. Too much height. Okay. At least it sat down, didn't roll away. Looking at a bogey. Hopefully no more than that. But I left it pretty close with that. Like I said, it didn't roll away. So let's finish this off. All right, we'll take it. Important thing is I learned something for next round, right? Basket that I threw at when I was on the 5 tee box, I thought that was it, and it was not. You can actually see 5 is over here to the left, and 10 is straight ahead. So we've got hole 10, 327 foot, minus 24 foot elevation change. It's going to be a par 4, kind of a straight shot, but you're going down this hill, and then it kind of goes up on the other hillside. So we got to go across this. That is some distance to get with the trees that you've got here on the left and close on the right. You get a pretty tight window to make it through. I think I know just the disc for the shot. Let's see if I'm right. And it might be. I might just throw it wrong too. That can happen. But I'm gonna throw a forehand. As you know, the Raptor, we're gonna try and put a tiny bit of flex on it. Hopefully make it between that gap of pines there across the ridge or the ravine and not get caught up on those. And I put it way nose up, out too far to the left, Okay, we can work with that. We can just get a nice little chip up from there. Yeah, should have thrown that a little bit lower. That was my bad. Here, basket just up there, I'd say probably 100, 125 away. I think this is going to be a nice backhand approach with the zone. My big concern is just this low-hanging pine branch to the right there. I'm gonna throw a backhand. If I can get it up and over that, I think we'll be okay. Let's see if we can get this right. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's better than good. That is money. Oh, better not forget to pick up my disc. I've done that a number of times before, so I'm sure we all have. All right, let's go tap this in. Like I said, we were just a tap in, so we're going to pull out the multi-purpose Raptor. Works as both as kind of a driver, but also a putter. And I believe, even with the not so great drive, it's still a birdie. This is a par 4. Let me check U-disc. Either way, moving on to 11. 10 was a par 3, so we took the par on that. And we're over here to 11 now. Looks like our first real kind of uphill shot. It's par 3 plus 29 foot elevation change, 114 foot. Looks like it's fairly straightforward, though I can't actually see the basket. So I'm going to go scope it out, get even more out of breath, out of wind. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, so the basket is actually just up. It is very short and to the little, kind of behind this pine tree right here. So it's not a very far shot, but it is uphill. Like I said, plus 29 foot elevation change over 114 foot. So I'm gonna throw in my favorite shots, still working on, but just kind of a high spike hyzer. We're gonna be throwing the zone. I just want to put it up there pretty high. Hopefully it'll crash back down and go in the basket. First throw, right? Let's see. Okay, it's not quite, probably went a little far and didn't come back enough. I didn't have, I guess, enough hyzer angle on it, but let's see how far away we are before we hike up the hill. Skill, but we landed pin high. Probably a little bit of both, of luck and skill. And we have a nice opening amongst all the scrub oak here. So we'll take it. And that should be a birdie. 38 foot, kind of another shorty here. Plus 18 feet elevation change, par 3. Looks like it's pretty much a straight shot. Can't actually see the basket. Let me step up here on the tee pad. Let's first of all just check out the views, but let's see if we can get eyes on this basket wherever it's at. Should just be, oh, there it is. It's actually to the right just a little bit. Okay, not too far. Let's see if we can get another bird. All right, I'm thinking a little forehand. As I mentioned before, my turnover backhand game not too strong. We're working on it. So probably just going back to the old trusty zone. Like I said, this is not too far. My biggest concern is that tree. Just gonna try and put it up kind of high. Hopefully it'll start to fade back before I hit that tree. Yeah, let's see what we can do. I hit the tree that I said I was trying to avoid hitting. As I mentioned before, I am pretty good at getting those. But this is, it's not too far away. I think we should still be able to salvage the par on this one. Let's go check it out. All right, so it looks like we dropped pretty much straight down after hitting that. Didn't get too much of a kick. We're outside the circle, slight uphill putt. Oh, just a little too much on it. If I would have put a little less, I think that would have faded in right when I needed it to. Let's see if we can just go ahead and save the par here. Oh yeah, very nice. 62-foot par 3, no elevation change. Looks like it's a slight curve to the left. Can't actually see the basket, or I can't. Let's walk up here. Oh, I think I do. I see a basket. I'm not sure if it's the right one. Let's walk over here and check it out. It's a lot of scrub oak and trees here on this one to avoid. All right, I should be seeing this thing now. Where is it at? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's way to the left. So this hook's way harder than that graphic would have, than I would have thought based on the graphic. So we're gonna have to get something super overstable to cut back that hard. Let's see what we can do. The main thing is just gonna be getting past these, the branches on the left. You can make that little gap. Again, with the distance of this, I feel like the zone is gonna be the disc to go here. Put it up kind of high, trying to make it into that gap. That's going to be too wide, maybe? Maybe not. That might actually be not bad. We're inside the circle. I thought I'd put this too far out to the right. It wasn't going to fade back quite as far as I needed it to. But hey, we're inside circle. Ooh, got lucky with that one. Whew. We'll count it though. 14. We got a bit of cloud coverage. They're giving I think chance of rain a little bit this afternoon, so I'm trying to get a round or two in before then, but it is just perfect right now. That sun behind those clouds. All right, here we are. Hole 14. Looks like 450 foot. Ooh, we got a big boy here. Par 4, minus 44 foot of elevation change. Looks like it hooks pretty hard to the right. We've got a mando here to the left. Yeah, I can see kind of a little tunnel, and I think it's going to go back that way. I want to walk down there, get eyes on it, and then we'll give it a throw. All right, this one, like I said, this one's pretty far. This is, I think, the biggest or furthest hole so far. And I know there's a couple other pretty big ones coming up, and I was kind of looking at the layout earlier. But basically, you just got to make it through this gap. It hooks to the right. And wow, this is a pretty sharp hook. I don't know if you can still see me. And then it's a ways down there. So I'm thinking the ideal landing position, if you can get to about this opening where I'm at right now, then you've got another couple hundred feet to go. And that's also going to be a pretty challenging shot. So probably going to be one of the harder holes of this course, I'm thinking, just based on what I'm seeing right here. But that's good. Good change of pace. Some of these could have been a little bit shorter. Haven't really tested your ability to throw too far. This one absolutely does. Whew. And my ability to throw far is not that great. I'm thinking though, we're gonna go forehand. Just try and basically get it, like I said, through that opening, back to the right just a little bit. Hopefully I can just get this to come out flat or on a little bit of hyzer. Again, because it's not too far to that gap, it's downhill. Let's give it a shot. Okay, way too inside. Yeah. Wish I would have got that further out to the left. Then I would have landed about where I was hoping to, but we'll play what we got. Kind of a lucky kick forward. As you can see, this is that opening that I was talking about. We're here kind of to the right, and the basket is straight down this tunnel right down here. So we still got a ways to go. This is going to be a tricky shot. And frankly, I think I might just try another Raptor forehand here. So I'm going to swap this Oh, yeah, this tree right here to the right is not going to be helping me at all. I might have to do a standstill, to be honest with you. But if I can just get it underneath that, this is the hardest thing. I've got such a low ceiling with that, unless I could go out to the right, high spike, backhand, let it fade in. I'm just looking, there's just a couple trees over there that's going to block that. So unfortunately, I think the forehand might be my best option here. We just try and keep this low to get past this initial tree that's right in front of me. Okay, made it past the initial one and hit the next one to the left, but it's progress. Where that landed, I actually did get a little lucky. I ended up right here, dead center of kind of the fairway, I guess. Still got some distance to go, but manageable from this point. Still kind of liking the look of just a forehand here. If I try and go backhand, this tree is just right in my face. So hopefully a forehand, I can get up there, maybe get a lucky tree kick to drop it right down inside the circle. Oh, too much juice. I went way far. Ew. We're gonna have a big putt here. All right, we're not too bad. We're probably about circle's edge. So we got a little lucky there. In hindsight, maybe throw a little flex backhand with a putter there. Probably would have been good. Only thing about this lie right here is this tree. I got to straddle out here to the right. My straddle putt, not too good. It was close. It was a good run. It was a good run at it. I got to work on those. We'll take that. First time seeing this hole. All right, moving on to 15. 283 feet, par 3 it looks like, minus 14 foot of elevation change. It is just up here. You got to get through a lot of trees. I think luck is going to be a big factor on this. I don't see an ideal throwing line here. Like I said, these trees are just so dispersed and scattered at different lengths and different widths apart. This one might just be one that you send up with a prayer and just play wherever it happens to land. So I'm gonna think about this for a minute, and then we'll get a throw. All right, I think we decided what we're gonna do here. No idea how well this is gonna work out or not. Like I said, there's a lot of trees you got to get through, different distances. There's definitely luck factor involved here. So I think I'm gonna take the force, and I'm honestly maybe just gonna try a spike hyzer. I'm hoping I can get it up and over this tree to the right and crash back, fade, and hopefully land up about where that walking trail is going up to the pin. That would be ideal. But let's see what we can do here. Okay, that faded back way earlier than I needed it to. All right, for fun, we're gonna throw a second one. My other gut feeling is telling me to try a little forehand, see if we can get lucky through one of these gaps. And wouldn't you know? Well, lesson learned, right? We're going to play the first one. But now I know for next time that forehand, that wasn't too bad. So drive landed. I am going to play that one. Not taking any mulligans here. Didn't make too much progress off the tee. We probably got another, I don't know, 125 to go here. I don't know if I want to go backhand, or maybe just do a little forehand flex this way. It's a little bit more open, so I think we're going to try that. See if I can just get the distance right. That's going to be the important thing here. No, it's going to be low. I didn't put it up flat enough to let it glide, so it's all right. We're going to have a decent putt. Our second throw for our putt. Here's something that if you ever played disc golf, you know stings. So here is where that landed. And the second throw that I did forehand made it all the way up to inside the circle right there. Like I said, lessons for next time. Let's see if we can save the par here with a decent putt. Oh no. Oh, I thought it was going for sure. It's all right. It's just bouncing off the front of the basket. Oh, I swear this basket is different. This one's got 4 rings on the basket. That's interesting. Have the rest of them been that way? I just hadn't noticed it. Possibly. All right, moving on to 16. We've got 412 foot par 4 plus 49 foot of elevation change. It looks like it's mostly a straight shot, but there's a lot of trees you got to get through or around. Can't even see the basket. I'm going to walk up and see if I can get eyes on it. I have a feeling probably going to go to the left here with a forehand and try to get it to fade back, but let me go see if I can find the basket. I found the basket. It is up there a ways. You can't even see it. Let's see if we look here. I mean, it's past all this scrub oak. It's kind of at the top of the ridge. You can see it's probably another 150, 200 feet past that. According to U-Disc here, this is, well, what pin position? I don't know. I hope it's a par 5 though. This is a big hole. I think for this first throw, I'm just trying to avoid all the trees, everything I can, and just get the full flight out of the disc. I think that'll be about the best thing that could possibly happen here, or that I could hope for. I'm gonna go forehand again with the Raptor. Try and get it through that gap or to the left. There are some bathrooms up there, which is nice. To the left, little outhouse. Yeah, let's see if we can just get this thing up there. Okay, threw that thing way too low, but we made some progress. Hopefully we're behind those scrub oak, so we have a decent approach shot here. Let's do it. We've got a decent lie to where I can actually throw it. The basket, hopefully you can see it, is up there a ways. So still got a ways to go. Probably just going to throw another forehand here. See if we can get, I was hoping for the first time, kind of get a full flight. Tricky thing with this is it's a lot of sticks on the ground. It's hard to do a walk up at all. And I'm close enough to these scrub oaks, so I got to throw this pretty high just to clear those. So this is probably going to come out nose up. I'm thinking I actually just am going to do a standstill. I know you can't see me, or I don't think you can, but let's see if we can just get this up close to the basket. Oh, that came out with a lot of chop on it. I think it kept flying though. I think it might have got some distance. Let's hope that landed near the basket. I don't think so, but we'll see. Got a little lucky there. I don't know if it hit something and stopped right here, or if I just threw it that well. But we're about circle's edge. Tricky putt here. This one branch is kind of right where I want to throw. Maybe if I give it just enough juice, I can fly under it. All right, let's take our first putt. Wink, wink. There we go. Just kidding. 4 strokes. I'm not sure if this is a 3 or a 4. We'll check in a moment. We got the par on it, and that brings us to 17. Kind of got a downhill shot, 283 foot par 3, I guess. Minus 38 foot elevation change. Mostly a straight shot. You kind of got to go down this tunnel, and the basket's just right down in there. Maybe you can see it. I'm thinking I'm going to throw a backhand. If I can get a little bit of a flex on the backhand, that might work out well for me. It might not. The flex backhand's definitely tricky for me, but we're going to give it a run here. Disc of choice, we're going to go with our Valkyrie. We haven't yet thrown it today. I think it might be a good one for this. If I can just get it just right, it'll fly pretty straight and hopefully fade back towards that basket, slightly to the left. Just want to avoid this first branch that's sticking out on like literally the second tree. That's the biggest obstacle that's in my mind right now. Okay, came out nose up, so it's going to fade way soon. Okay, but it hit a tree. I don't think that'll be too bad. Yeah, I wish I had a little bit more confidence in my footing. These gravel tees and these old shoes with no grip at all, kind of slippy. But I'm not going to blame that. That was definitely my bad. Threw it nose up. So let's get down. Let's see if we can throw it in from there. Get a birdie, a deep birdie. All right, so I didn't feel super great about the drive, but I think we're about at circle's edge right here. Landed just here. Basket's there. I got a nice open look at it. Might be able to get a bird here. It is a pretty big putt. Slightly downhill. Ooh, another one off the basket. That happened, what was it, over on 15? It's all right. We should have a tap in now. Yep, so as you can see, got lucky, didn't get a bad kick off that. Nice little tap in, saving the par. We'll take it. And that takes us to 18. Oh, some bad news. So I was turning off the camera there, tipped over, fell face first. I got a nice big scratch on the lens here. Hopefully that's not coming through. I've got another GoPro with a good lens on it. I just don't have it on me right now. So it's okay. We just got to finish up hole 18, 250 foot, par 3, minus 19 feet of elevation. Kind of a straight shot. You can see it there, straight ahead. You do have a tunnel to get through on this slight slope. Kind of a right to left slope. So I'm probably going to throw a forehand and try and get it down there. There's just this branch on that very last tree that I got to get by. And because of that, I might have actually just convinced myself to throw a backhand. Let's see. Yeah, we might just throw the Valkyrie again. We'll see if we can get it down there. Like I said, that one branch is sticking out. That's my biggest concern. Let's see, yeah, you can kind of see everything here. Okay, definitely a little nose up, the downslope. I gotta really angle that nose down, but I think we got some good distance on it and past most of the trees, so let's go check it out. Past the basket, let me show you here. So there's the basket. Here's where our lie is, but the course has come full circle. 18 is the basket, which I mentioned in the beginning I thought might be a putting warm-up, but no, we're back here. Here's parking lot. There's my camper. So we've got kind of a big second shot here, uphill. Yeah, like I said, I got a little too far with that nose up. So let's see if we can just throw a putter here on a little bit of a flex and get it to just drop right by the basket. We'll take it. We'll do I'll tap in with the bird or the Valkyrie. Oh. All right, and that is a full round at Top of the Pines, just outside of Ridgway, Colorado. Very beautiful course. Overall, I'd say difficulty not too high until about hole 14 or 15. You got into some more difficult ones, a lot bigger, but for a highly wooded course, didn't really have any issues losing my discs or anything. Out here by myself, that can be a problem sometimes, but it wasn't too bad. I'll post up the scorecard. I don't know what it is. I haven't really been paying too close attention. I think I'm under though. Had a handful of birdies, only 2 bogeys if I remember. So I want to say I'm probably 2 or 3 under, but hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next time.